This show is produced by the Harwood Podcast Network.
Hi, I'm Cindy Harris, and we love making this show available to you free of charge. If you'd like to help us keep it that way, make a contribution to our Karma Jar or become a show sponsor. To learn more, visit our website. Today I'm going to be making some braised greens. You know, at this time of year at the farmer's market, you see a lot of cool weather vegetables, things like chard and kale. Well, what I'm doing with that today is I'm taking the greens and I'm braising it in some tomatoes, and it's the juice of the tomatoes that's going to cook the chard so it's nice and tender. So at the market, I got a big bunch of chard, and this is beautiful red chard. And I've washed it real thoroughly, and I've snipped off just the ends. I like to use the stalks. It has great flavor, and because we're braising this, it will be nice and tender. So I'm going to take a bunch of it. I'm just going to take my knife and run it through, just cutting it into a little bit smaller pieces. And then I'm going to take it and put it right back in the colander. It'll make it easier to transfer it into the pot this way. Now I've gotten 2 cloves of garlic out of my little garlic keeper, and I'm going to peel them. And then I have a little dish off to the side, and I'm going to mince the garlic into that. The reason I'm doing this is because, again, it will be easier to take just this little bit over to the stove if it's in this little bowl. And then to give this just a little bit of zip, I have some crushed red pepper flakes, and I just get a little pinch. I'm going to put that in with the garlic. You might be tempted to leave this out, but really think about putting it in. It's not so much that it's hot, but it does give sort of a nice little extra taste to the chard. And now I'm going to go over to the stove and we'll start braising our greens. I have a medium-sized pot here, and I've got it on medium-high heat. I'm going to take and put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil here in the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to let this heat up for about 30 seconds. And now that the oil has started to heat up, I'm going to put my garlic and my red pepper flakes in. And I'm going to let this saute, but just for about a minute or so. Now you can see the garlic is starting to saute. So after a minute or so, I'm going to take and put my chard in. And in goes the chard. I'm going to give that a stir. Next, I have a 28-ounce can of whole tomatoes, and these are peeled and in juice, and I'm going to take and pour that right in to the chard. And I'm going to take my spoon and kind of break those tomatoes up just a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of salt and add that. Stir that in. And then I'm going to put the lid on, and I'm going to turn the heat down to a medium, and I'm going to let this cook for about 10 minutes. Now, while the greens are braising, I wanted to take just a moment and tell you about the great new badge program that we've started here at the network. What we've done is gone through our shows and created these beautiful badges that you can earn by doing some of the things that you learn here on our podcast. So for example, if you make some of the dishes that we feature here on the Farmers Market Gourmet, all you'd have to do is send me a photo and I would send you a badge. Also, if you end up visiting the farmers market in your area during the different seasons, like right now, if you go during the winter, I would send you this winter farmers market badge. Now, all you have to do to start collecting your badges is go to our website and sign up. It's totally free. Now you can see the tomatoes have cooked down and the chard has been cooking nicely in that tomato juice. And if you were to take one of the stalks here and bite into it, it'd be nice and tender. Now there's a number of things that you can do with these delicious braised greens. If you wanted, you could serve them as a main dish with some bread. It's fantastic because you can sort of dip the bread in these juices. You could also put it in pasta or over rice if you'd like. Tonight I'm going to be serving it as a side dish. Now, if you'd like to try these braised greens at home, just go to our website and go to the Farmers Market Gourmet show notes, and I'll have it there for you. Also, don't forget to join us on Facebook, and if you do, I'll send you a Facebook badge. And as always, if you have any questions or ideas for me, please send me an email. I'll see you next time.